Yo, Sanjay Uchiha here, people, bringing you my review on Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 16. Man, it's crazy to think that already been 4 months basically since the series started, honestly speaking. But let's get into it. If you haven't subscribe, sorry, and let me know what you thought about this review. And if you've watched the episode, let me know what you thought about the episode as well. But getting right into it, this episode really and truly, I don't think there's really much to say. It didn't really serve to advance the plot in any significant way, really and truly. It was kind of fillery, kind of like your slice of life episode, but surprisingly, I think they did a good job in terms of the execution, really and truly. It's centered mainly around the characters Denki and Iwabe, who are basically facing the situation in which they may have to repeat a year because at one end of the spectrum, Iwabe is good at ninjutsu but poor in theoretical based stuff in terms of taking written tests and all that, while Denki's basically the opposite, in which he's good at tests but he basically sucks at ninjutsu. And the real central thing, ninjutsu wise, for the test that they'll be taking is the wall climbing, which, as we know, back in original Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura would have done after they left the academy. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of like a cool little, I guess, throwback for them to have that there. Really and truly, what I really liked about this episode, it was kind of diving more into Iwabe's character. It was kind of shown that he does have a soft side. He does care, like, beyond his, I guess, somewhat cold exterior. Well, I wouldn't say cold, but it's somewhat tough, like, exterior, this kind of vibe that he gives off. He's actually a pretty good guy. I really love the characterization in this episode. One thing that was good to note as well is that we got Rock Lee in this episode. We have him showing up and helping Denki in this one scene where Denki is trying to actually perfect the wall climb with the help of Metal Lee, honestly. And that's what it's like. It was just cool to note that Rock Lee, it kind of reminds me at this point, it's kind of like he's fully taken on the role Guy Sensei had in the parts 1 and 2 at this point. That was interesting to note from a character standpoint. And I mean, it's really to that end that it kind of feels like this character, this episode specifically, was more character focused, character centric. So there was that. Honestly, it was a bit cliche as well, in the sense that while I like that it's down to earth in that two students at school who are good at different things are trying to help each other out, while I did like that, it was good that once they kind of start getting are overcoming their individual weaknesses, they are presented with a situation in which they both have to kind of, I guess, team up and be late for the test that they're supposed to be taking, and as a result the teacher finds out about what they did and by extension pass them. I think that was a bit cliche, but I think it worked out well, honestly speaking. It was cool to see that the situation I'm referring to was actually just a fire that was happening in an apartment where a sprinkler system had failed, and Denki, Iwabe, like, they know they're gonna be late for the test if they try to help out, but it's right here that Iwabe's character kind of shines through even more, that he's compelled to actually help out the kids that are left in the apartment from burning alive. So that was cool to see, and honestly, it was just kind of a nice tidbit to see Denki and Iwabe working together. I find it's always good when we can have episodes that kind of stray away from the main character, but you can still look at it and say, hey, you know, this episode was nice. It was laid back. It didn't advance the plot a lot, but it was a good watch, and I thought that's what this episode was, really and truly. But yeah, I also had some other interesting tidbits here and there with Boruto trying to support his classmates, bringing them some spicy burgers, which was a bit funny. That was good too. Honestly speaking, it wasn't a bad episode. I just hope that we don't get too much. I mean, based on spoilers and upcoming episode titles, I think we have at least 2 more episodes of this nature, even based on the preview for next week. but I think by episode 19 we'll be back into actual. Not saying this is filler. I'm not saying that, but back into actual episodes that are based around advancing the plot. So there's that. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you thought about this review. I tried to kind of keep it on point, short. The art, like generally speaking, the art in this episode, I mean, her Naruto's concerned, I don't really tend to find things that are off model where the art is concerned. Probably just me not having the eye for it, but this episode looked pretty good. The animation was pretty decent, even for I guess fillerish slice of life episode, but it was good. I liked it. Definitely a 3.5 out of 5. But let me know your thoughts, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Sanjay Uchi out, people. Bye!